And this webinar will be about our existing feature, but we will share more tips and tricks about how to use it. So welcome again. I'm Veronika from OnSinch support team. I think I know some of you, most of you, I hope. So thank you for joining us today. And our today's topic is a builder. It's our editor for existing shifts, jobs, and orders in the system. And we will take a look at some tips and tricks on how to use it effectively. So for this, I will now start sharing a screen of my system. Yeah, looks like it's sharing now. So I'm sure that you all knew the builder. I think it's impossible to use OnSinch without ever going there, but maybe we have some fresh admins. So I will do a little bit of recap. So builder is our editor where you basically edit everything after you create it. So typically when you insert the job or order in the system, you go over here to the section work and click on new job, and you use our nice form to create a new shifts in the system. But once it's in the system, you edit everything in this builder. I have prepared some sample orders, so let's go to it. It's my Summer Festival of Prague. And this order has 2 jobs in it, and each job has a couple of shifts. And this will be our samples today for all the things I want to show you. And to the builder, you get always when you click on edit on the order page or job page. And it always depends what you want to edit. So if I go from here, from this order part and click on edit, I get to the whole order, which is a long tree. It includes both of the jobs and all the shifts, which is handy if I want to edit the order. But if I have more bigger jobs and complex orders, I sometimes just want to edit one little thing. So I prefer to go to the job page, and I can access the builder from here, which is the job level, or I can go here from the shift level and see just this job or the shift without seeing the other, which is not my case now. So this is how we can just get to the builder. I will, for our case now, here on the right side, click on Edit Order, which adds another node above, which is the order. So now I can edit whole order and everything that's in it. The builder always respects the hierarchy we have in the system, and that's order, job, shift, and position. So in each line, you are editing something else, what is related to that type of the record. So on the order page, you on the right side edit things related to order. On the job, again related to job, etc. And it respects the hierarchy also. If, for example, if you change something on the job level, it affects everything that's under it in the job. So if I have an example, if I change the price list for this particular job, it affects all the shifts, prices of all the shifts in it. So that's just too important to keep in mind. The same thing if I would edit here, if I would click on the shift line and edit the time, it affects all the positions in the shift. So it's always, the hierarchy is respected. So this is like a brief intro, I'm sure you know. And today we will take a look at the tips and tricks. And this section will be divided into 2 parts. First, we will take a look at how to edit jobs and shifts, so the scheduling part. And in the second part, we will take a look at how to manage attendance on the builder. So let's start with that. So when you need to do edits, of course, you always go to the editor, click on each line you want to edit, do the edit, and save your changes. But when there are moments when you have more changes to do, or you need to change more things at once. You can, of course, click on each line and do the changes separately, but that can be a lot of clicking and it's not that fun. So we have a couple of options how you can select more lines and then do the edits with them. And first of this option is that you can use your Control key on your keyboard, and with that, selecting more lines at once. So, for instance, I can click here on this Shift line, hold the Control on my keyboard, and click on other shifts. And now I'm selecting more shifts at once. They will always get green in the tree, so it's well visible. And also here on the right side, on the top of the page, you can see that I selected 3 shifts. So like this, you can select as many shifts as you want. It works also across the jobs in case you need to do the changes on the level of the whole order. Only thing to keep in mind is that you can only edit same type of the nodes of the records. So I am selecting now shifts. And if I would click on, for example, this position in this shift, I cannot edit anything because it's the different type. But here you can see there is a message, so you will be notified about what's the problem. And the control also works as like unselect, so I can again hold the Control key and unselect this position, and now I can edit again. For example, I have here my sample job, which is a main stage job, and I have a couple of shifts. First shift, it's like a loading day. Then we have 3 days of events. Then we have some last shift as a loadout. And in my example, I got information that first event dates should have different times that the time changes. So of course I can click on the one shift and change the time, but I can do it at once using this Control key. So I will just click on this event day now. And now I'm editing these 2 shifts. For changing the time, I go to this tab position, and here I can do the changes. When you do bulk editing, when you edit more things at once, you will notice these orange warnings. And these are alerting you that you are editing something and these lines have different values now. So for example, obviously here I have 2 shifts. One shift is happening at Wednesday, the other one at Thursday. So obviously they have a different time, a different date, the calendar date. And every time when you have these conflicts, you can either leave them as it is, change them to something completely different, or use one of the existing values. In my example, I don't now care about the dates because the dates are correct, and I just need to change the time to 1 hour later. In my case, I want to keep the shift long as it was, so 10 hours. So I will switch to here to 10 hours and just change here the time to hour later, so 11, and click on save. And now you can see it updated to all the positions in both of the shifts, and at the same time it stayed as a 10-hour long shift. So that's the Control key when you need to select really like your own selection. Another thing, another key from your keyboard you can use is Shift. And let's take a look at it in our second example, which is my job for entrance accreditation. And the Shift key works similarly as when you work with the Excel files or some other files in Windows, I think, is that you select the first in your selection. Then you hold the Shift key and you just select the last selection, the last shift. And now the builder automatically selects all the shifts in between. So this is very handy when you have long list of shifts and you don't want to just hold the Control and click many times. You just select the first one of your selection, hold the Shift key and click the last. So for example, here in my accreditation shift, I want to change contact person from day 2 till the last day. So I select it using the shift key. And here on the right side, I will just remove Edward even as a contact person and add this Alice, and again, save. And the change is reflected to all these shifts I selected. That's the second option. Third option, how you can prepare your selection is using the right clicks on each line. You probably know the right click. If I right click on any part of the builder, I got an offer which is very similar to these icons that are on the top. So I can always add a new thing. So if I'm on the order level, I can add a job. If I'm on the job level, I can add location. So again, it's the hierarchy system. And I can also delete the lines, cancel, hide, or unhide. So either right click or the icons here, depending. But with the right clicks, we have here also the select options. And this is like a smart selection, and the builder can select the things for you based on the logic of the system. So I can select, for example, all the jobs from this order. So I don't need to go through the tree, mark the jobs. I can just select all the jobs. On the right side, again, I can see now I'm editing the jobs. There are 2 of them. And for example, I need to change supervisor for those 2 jobs. I can click on here. This is the example of the conflict. As you can see, it's orange. So apparently for one job, I have supervisor Andrew assistant, and the other job has a supervisor Anthony admin. So I can now decide, keep it, change it, choose one of the existing. In my example, I want to change it. Now the field is active, and I will select, for example, Heather Harding is my new supervisor for both of the jobs. And now it's saved. The right click works again on the job level, where you can, for example, choose all shifts from the job. So the builder always mark in gray the things you selected, so you are aware about what you are editing. And here I want to mention this option, which is all open shifts. That's very handy because when you have a big job and at least one shift is already closed and the shifts are in different statuses, if I would click on just on open shifts, I can show it to you in this my second job. Yeah, this is my second job. Yeah, in this accreditation. For example, if I click on right click and I'm about to edit all the shifts in the job, if I just click on all shifts from the job, I cannot really edit it because there is a one shift that is closed and you cannot edit anything that's closed already. So in this example, I could again do the control key, hold the control and unselect this shift because I see it. But again, with more shifts, you don't want to scan for it where the closed shift is. I will right click on the job part and select open shift. And now I'm sure that I am editing just the open ones. And the same thing, you can edit select like this rows on the shift, which we can do, for example. So in my this example job main stage, I would like to now hide the lead workers or staff leader positions because I already know who will be there and it doesn't make sense to have it published. So I can just right click on the job level or location in case I would have more locations and select all staff leaders from all of the shifts. You can see that these positions are now selected for bulk edit. And I can just go here to the position tab, find my checkbox to hide the position, and click on save. And now we can see that in all the lines I selected, it's an eye icon, meaning that the position is hidden. Also, it's very handy that after you do this change, the nodes will stay selected in case you made a mistake. You can still save it and yeah, change it back if you want. So these are the right clicks. And another thing, another way how you can search and select your records, very powerful, is here this search box above the builder. And this works as a full text. So you can here search by names, title, position, professions. It's very handy when you have a lot of professions or when you use position titles as well. So easily navigate. Let's take a look at example. For example, I know that in these jobs I have, in these shifts, I have a position for drivers. I cannot really find them just by right click because it's not a role on the shift. But I know I titled them drivers. So I can just type driver and you can see that the builder got pre-filtered and you will see the results in this italic dark lines. And I will just verify this is my lines I want to edit now. And you can click on this select button, which will then select all found matches. And again, now I'm editing in a bulk these positions. So for instance, in the drivers, I want to add them a tag, which I have set in the settings tags, where is a description about what does it mean to be driver, and there's also a little bonus for them. I will go to the tag tab. Here in the tags, select the driver bonus and save. And now it's added to both of the positions. Similarly, I can create, for example, requirements. So let's say the drivers should have a badge. So from the requirements, I will select my profession badge and again, save. It works as a full text also for example, times. If it'll be the case that I want to know every position which starts at 7 o'clock in the morning, because again, I want to add some bonus, maybe I just want to change something. You can also search by the time. So you can see that these positions start at 7. So I can select them. And in case I got information that everything that was planned for 7 is 1 hour later or sooner, I can search for it like this. And of course, you can combine these options. So for instance, you can first right-click on the lines, select just open shifts, and then you can do the full text. So it works as well that you can combine the ways how to get the selections. So these are the main things, main ways how to get your nodes selected. And of course, the edits are the same as you are doing them one by one. So times, positions, requirements, tags, even prices or wages manually if you need to update, and so on. And one changes I wanted to show you in particular is the linking positions into groups. For those of you don't know, or maybe you are not using the feature or not yet, the linking of positions is used when you need to, when you are creating a shifts and you want the same group of people to work on 2 or more shifts to maintain that the same team is doing it. Typically, when you have a weekend event and you want just the same team for the whole weekend, or as you can see in my example here, I want the same group to do the load-in, and here on the day 5th, I want the same group to do the loadout. And the groups are represented by letters, A, B, C, and so on. And how it works then in reality, in practice, is that when you link the positions together, staff members can sign up only to all of them. When they search and find this nice load-in shifts, they will be notified that there is another linked shift they must attend. Again, when they sign off of the shift, they will be sign off from the whole group. And also when you, as an admin, will be allocating people to the link positions, you can decide if you want to add them also to all the links positions at once. And the linking position can be done, again, when you are creating the shift and the jobs via this plus new job form, and also anytime later here in this editor. And it works the same. First, you need to decide what you want to link and search for it somehow. So let's take a look at the example. I have here this my entrance accreditation job, and I want to link the positions, for example. So I can select here. Sorry. Yeah. Can select. Yeah. Here on the right click, I can select all the staff reader positions, and yeah, you can already see I have them linked. So I can unlink them under this chain icon. I can remove the groups. Now it's gone, but, and that's what I wanted to show you, that I will right-click, select, choose staff leader positions. Now, again, I can verify what I'm about to connect. And here there is a chain icon, and I can link together the positions. And you can see that there is the group. And the same way, I can link the positions using the full text. So I know that I have, for example, lights. I know that I have in my job, I have a profession which is called lights, so I can search for it. And here the builder gives me the results. I have free position for lights. I can just click on select. And even here, you don't need to stick to the whole, all the lines that builder selected for you. I can use the control key again and unselect some lines in case I want to combine just two lights. And again, I have here the chain icon available, so I can link it together or unlink it. So these are the groups, and it works well for later edits as well, because when you need to edit the whole group, you can just find one position which is part of the group and right-click on it, and you have your option select all grouped positions. So if you click on that, then the builder will take a look at all other positions in the group and mark it for edits again. So you can see that my other position is here in the last shift, so that's also easier. And maybe important just here to say is that you are not linking shifts related together. It's the positions on that shift. And also, another thing related to groups, since we touched it, is that you can see that in my this entrance accreditation job, I have group A for leaders, and I have also group A for leaders in the other job in the main stage. But these groups are separated, so this A has nothing to do with this A. So just for you to know that the groups works in within one job only. So this was the specific edit I wanted to show you. And another thing you can do in the builder is creating new records. So again, when you have new job, new order, probably you will go over here using the form. But when you have existing order, existing job, and you need to add one shift more, one position, add something new, you also do it in this builder. And as we showed before, it's available if you right-click on the line, so under this selection, or over here using these icons. And that's like a great option, but always when you click on that, for example, if I click on here, location, to add shift, there is a new line of completely new blank shift, which I need to fill in and add the positions there. which is great. But sometimes, or a lot of the times, is more efficient to use to create via copy. So you copy something what is already in the system, and you just do a little changes that are different, and that's it. And like this, you can copy everything. So for instance, I have here my shift event date, where I have leader, some staff member, and person for lights. And now I need a sound person. So what I could do is that to add a position completely new and fill it manually. But in my case, I would prefer, because I know that the time is the same and I just need to copy it. I will right click on the position and click on copy position. Now you can see I have new line, which is orange, that indicates that this is just a concept. It's a draft, not published yet. Everything was copied times, and I will here in the profession part just change from lights to sound and save it. And I have the position created, and then I can just publish it by setting it not to be a concept. So like this, you can copy the positions. You can also copy the shifts, which is also very handy. Let's take a look at another job. Go back to our entrance accreditation. Here I have from 1 day till day 5. And now I know, oh, I need a 6 date. So instead of creating a really new shift from scratch, I know the time is the same. So I will just right click on the shift line and copy the shift. And here you have option to create more shifts at once. You can decide based on which logic it should be. So you can create it, for example, daily within some period, or weekly, maybe if you have some Sunday events, regular, or monthly. Or in my case, I will select from calendar. So you can select random dates you need are not in the pattern, but they are for you. So in my case, I just want to do it 7 of June. And you can here also check the shift name. In my case, it will not be the day 5, but day 6 probably. And I will just click on confirm. Yeah, and you can see I have a new note. Again, it's a concept because I didn't confirm it yet. So like this, you can create new things. You can also copy the whole jobs with all the shifts that are in it. So for example, if I would have another stage that will be the same or very similar structure as this main stage, I can just copy the job. It will copy everything below it, and I can just do changes in that. And you can also copy the whole orders. For this, we will leave the builder for now because it's not available here. Yeah, so let's go to the order page. And each order can be copied. And this option is available on the right side here under button More Options, where you can click on Copy Order. And all you need to do is set the time, the new shift start date. So you set the initial date, and everything else will be copied accordingly. So you will have the whole structure. This is very handy for festivals that are repeating, or any event that it's that is more or less the same. So you don't need to really build it from scratch. So that's the creating part in the builder. And the last thing we are missing is the moving, because we will already take a look at how to find the records, to edit, how to group them, how to create the new things. But there are moments when you need to move something. So let's go back to the order editor. I want the order level, so from here, yeah. Now we are back. So in this builder, you can move shifts. Shift is the smallest particle you can move. So you can move shift from job to job by simply drag and dropping, or to different location. So for example, let's take a look at some example. I have here this job entrance accreditation and one location. And now when the situation, for example, that 3 of those shifts are in a different locations, So I will click on the job level, add the new location. Now you can see I have new node completely. I will find some my location here. Let's say this one. So now I have here a job with 2 locations, but nothing is happening at this one location. And now I need to move the shifts. So again, I can use the keys, either Control or maybe Shift. So I will select, let's say, day 3 till day 6. And I will just drag and drop it over here to the location. And now we can see that I have these shifts at once moved to another location. And you can also move the location across the job. So I could drag and drop the location from here to this job. That's also option. So the smallest particle you can move is a shift. You cannot move currently positioned across the shift. That's not possible. But you can also move jobs across orders. And that's very handy usually when you need it for invoicing purposes. So let's take a look at, let's leave the stagehand for now. And we have another example order, which is a security order. And here I have, again, 2 jobs for week 1 and week 2. And you can see that this week 1, it's already closed. Everything is confirmed. And now I agree with my client that the invoicing will be done weekly. But I cannot really invoice this whole order now because I have already, I have some open, running, and not closed shifts in it. So I need to create a separate order. And for this, we need to go to the company page. Over here, I will click on company name, or you can search for it in this in the search button or in your company list. So now we are on the company page, and here's the option move jobs. If you click on that, it's very similar as the builder, but you can see that there is a different line, and that's the client company. And this builder will show you all the currently open orders for this client. For now, I don't care about this order, and let me stand also no. So I care about this order, and I need to get this job out so I can invoice it. I can click on here on the company name and plus new order. You can see that there is a new unsaved node. So I can title it like this. Enter anything, or again, you can copy the previous order and just delete everything, so you don't have to manually enter the order name. But I think that's good like this. So now this order is completely empty, and I can just drag and drop the job over here, and it's now moved. And again, if I would have here more jobs, I can use the Control key or the Shift key, so move more jobs at once. So like this, I move it, and if I now show you the order page, it's already ready to be invoiced because the shifts in the jobs are closed. So you can also move the jobs. It's just that it's on the company level. So this was my scheduling part. And now let's take a look at the second part, and that's the attendance. Because in the builder, you can also manage attendance. of staff members. And as you know, there are many ways currently how staff members can get onto the shift. They can register by themselves, they can apply, you can allocate them, you can invite them, you can allocate them in the schedule. So there are many places. And also you can do it in a builder. So let's go back to our summer festival and open some job. And to the attendance builder, we call it, you can get over here if you click on edit attendance on the job level, or if I scroll a bit down on the shift part, there's also attendance. Or when you are in the builder managing shifts, there's an option here on the right side again to edit attendance. If we click on that, the builder is still here, but you can see that it changed a bit. And now we are not focusing on changing the schedule, but changing the attendees. And you can see that we have new lines. For example, here I have my my shift accreditation desk for day 1. I have 2 positions, staff leader and staff member. And here, this staff member, I already have 2 assigned staff members. So in this part, we are editing the attendance. And what you can do in the attendance builder is, again, that you can add or remove staff members. But you still use the same functions as we show in the beginning. So you can click on the position lines. Yeah, not this one because it's changed or closed already. I can click on the lines of the position, holding a control and writing a name of the staff member I wanted to add to shift to this position. It works good for when you want to add 1 person to more positions at once. That's like the quickest way. Let me just go to, I think I will show it to you from the order level so we can see it. You can see the whole event. So I will open edit builder on the order level and edit attendance so we can see the attendance of the whole order. So again, it works the same way. So you can hold the control, allocate the people, and also the right click. So let's take a look at the example. If we right click on the job, you can see that the selection is a bit different than before when editing shifts. And that's because you can select already assigned staff members or positions and also open positions. Again, that's very handy when you have already some shifts closed in the job. For example, I have here this job and I want to invite 1 person to the leader positions. So I will just right click and select the leader positions. They got gray in the editor. Here I can see how many and which IDs of the positions are. Again, you can see it more clearly here in the line, so you can see how it's occupied and what's the profession. And in my example, I want to invite this person, so I want them to let me know if they are interested, if they want to work on that shift. So I will click on here, require staff to confirm the attendance, and I will search for, I think we have Nikki, yes. And now you can see that I added Nikki here to this day, to the other day, to all the dates, all the positions are connected. So it works with the right clicks as well. And it works also with the groups. So let's take a look at this main stage job, where I have also group. For example, let's say I have here a stagehand position. It's in a group B. And I want to add somebody to all the linked positions. So I can just right click on the 1 position that is part of the group and select your option, select all group positions. So again, builder search and select the whole group for me. In my case, it's just 2 positions, but if there will be 10 positions, it will be 10 positions. And again, I will write the name. It's our well-known Harry helper. And he is here edit. And the same way it works with the full text. So if I write, for example, lights, and again, Builder shows me that I have 3 lights position. I can click on select to combine the matches, or I can use the control to unselect maybe one of the position and add somebody, for example, William Watchman. And you can see that he is on the both positions now. So it works the similar way. You just need to find the right positions you want to add people to. You can also remove the people here from the attendance builder. And again, it works similar, that you just click on the name, hold the control, and select more names. Or since you are using the full text, the name of the staff member is now also searchable. So, for example, we can search, I know that I have Richard working somewhere. So now the builder will show me all his attendances in this order. And I can select him. And here over using this bin icon to sign him off because something happened and I don't want him there anymore. So that's option how we can sign off the people. And you can also switch somebody when you are removing them from the shifts. And that's again very handy when you have one staff member allocated in various positions across the jobs or order. And something happened and you have a replacement for all of their attendances, or maybe most of them. So we can do it similar way. So for example, I think I have here Fiona, Fiona Ford, and Fiona Colades test, she broke her leg, she cannot attend, but she had a replacement. So I can just find all her attendances in this order, select her, and either again, right click, or I can here, since I'm doing it in a bulk, using this icon, swap for another staff member. If I click on it, new window will open, and I can see again from which positions I am taking off Fiona and who I am replacing. So I can again search for example, this Kate, and click on swap. And you can see that now Fiona is gone. And if we search Kate name, you can see that she is here on this previously Fiona's positions. When you do this swap, it can happen that the new staff member you are adding is, for example, not meeting the requirements of the positions. But as usual, the system will show it to you, so you can decide if that is a problem or not. So like this, you can remove people or swap them for a different staff member. And similarly, as you were drag and dropping and moving shifts across locations and jobs across orders, you can drag and drop staff members from position to position. So for instance, I have here Rob Brody on the staff reader position on this shift, but for some reason, I want to move him to be the regular staff member. So I can just drag and drop his name and move it over here to this position. And maybe Harry will be the leader, so I can just drag and drop the leader, the Harry, to be the staff leader. And this move can be now also across the jobs. So if that's the case, that from this shift I want to move the person over to completely different job, I can do that. So it's like a drag and dropping of a person. And the last thing you see in this attendance builder are applicants. You can see that, for example, here we have this position, stagehand. We have 2 people already sign up. They are like on the shift. And then we have applicants, and one of the applicants is Anthony admin. So applicants are staff members who are interested in working on the shift, but they are waiting, they're pending if they will be accepted by you or not. So you can manage the applicants as well. You can approve them or decline them on the job page, on the shift page, here in this attendance menu in the job applicants. So there are, again, various places where you can reject or approve applicants, and you can also do it here in the builder. So for example, I have here Anthony admin pending. So I can click on his name and use these icons on the top to approve or decline his application. And if I right click, I can do again, because the position he applied to is part of the group B, I can say that I want to approve this applicant in all group positions at once. So again, I don't need to search where is the group or where is the Anthony admin, and I can just click on approve. Again, just to be sure what I'm doing, it will show it to me, and that's and now Anthony is confirmed. And of course, you can add applicants from here as well. Again, it's the similar way as you add them directly to Shift, but now you are adding them to be applicants. So we can search for another person, and they are now the applicants. And you can also move the applicants from the applicant position directly to the position, or again across the position. So it's really flexible. So you can move them like this. And also the applicants are, in case, for example, that I have a lot of applicants and I approved everyone I wanted, I have my position filled, I just need to decline all the other pending applicants. I can, for example, right-click on the job level. And here I have option to select all pending applicants. This is, in my case, just career. So let's check career. So let's click at another job, which is, I have here some more. So I have all the pending applicants from this accreditation job. They are, again, marked in gray. So I can approve them or decline them at once. So let's approve. And you have also your option to remove the applicants. Just maybe to say the difference is that when you decline the applicant, they will be notified that they applied, and the response is no. When you remove the applicant from the position, you are like removing them from the position. So it's as if they never applied, kind of. So it's just the two different approaches. Yes. So I think that's all I wanted to mention. That was in my plan. I hope there was something interesting for you. In general, when you do some edits and it feels like a lot of clicking, and probably most likely there is some quicker way in the builder. So we recommend to play with it a bit, or you can always reach out to us. So we can find the best solution. I will now take a look at. Do we have some questions? Let's take a look at. Then we have questions. So let's take a look at the question from, so the question here we have is, how do you know if person has viewed and accepted or declined? So if I understand correctly, the question is that the question is about when I invite somebody or when I decline or approved some applicant. how they know. I hope I understand this question like this. So it depends on the notification settings. So we have notification emails or push notifications related to that. So anytime you invite somebody, remove somebody, or decline accept, they receive the notification via email or the push, depending on your settings. That's done in your. If we go to the settings, I can show it to you in the notification settings, and here in the staff member part, there are various emails and push notifications going out towards your staff members. And here's a section work that is related to all these activities, such as being added to shift, being invited, application being declined, and all the changes. So everything I was showing to you, for example, moving people or swapping them, they will be notified. So just make sure that you have in the notification settings set the things correctly, and they will know. But for the second part of the question, how do you know they see it? You can't really know that they open the email. You can see in the profile of each person when they last log in. So you can maybe get the notion from that. If they log in, they probably see changes in their shifts. So I hope it answered the question. Then we have another question is that what happens if they can do first out of 4 parts when linked? Yes, I think I understand. Yeah. So let's take a look at the example. So if there's a case that I have, I'm in the editor, in the builder, and I'm, for example, adding people to group position, and this person already has some other event, shift or appointment planned at the time when one of the shift is happening. It will, you as an admin, you can always add people to shifts even if it's a time conflict. But when you add the person, you will be notified here. There will be this orange warning, and you can also check here in the left menu in the overlapping attendance. It will be listed, and also it will be visible. For example, here, if you are in the attendance builder and you click on the line of some staff member, so you need to open their profile or overlapping attendance, you can just scroll down and see if there is a conflict. So for instance, if I would net Nikki also here to this second position, so now technically she has an overlapping attendance because I added her to be the leader, and at the same time she's supposed to be on another position. Then you will see the lines. You will see the lines here as well. So I hope that also answered the question. Of course, later when you maybe will think about it more, or you have some feedback on this webinar or some additional questions, you can send them to us on a support email, and we can take a look at it. And I think, if I'm correct, that there's no other question. Thank you for the compliment. That's nice. And yes, I think Marketa, it's all there. All the questions were answered.
Yes, the last question was, is Veronika the best support of the world? Yes, I think. Yes, I think so as well. Thank you very much. They were very specific examples, so we hope that you'll be able to put them into practice very soon. As Veronika said, don't hesitate to reach us to us at support@onsinch.com with any questions. Of course, we welcome any feedback as well about the feature itself or about the webinar. We'll be preparing more of these webinars as we think they're very efficient in showing you how you can really improve and be more efficient in your planning. So let us know if there is any feature that you'd like to discuss more. And last thing, as a reminder, we will be sending the recording of this session to your emails, so you can go through it one more time for more details. Thank you again, Veronika, and thank you to all of you for joining, and we hope to see you soon again in the future.
Yeah, thank you as well. Thank you for joining and your attention, and let us know your feedback, questions, anything. And I think we are planning another webinar in the beginning of the year, and that will be related to staff scheduling. So various ways how you can allocate staff members, how they can allocate themselves. Because over past year we added the changes and additions to allocating staff members to shifts. So it will be related to that. So you'll receive also another emails and invitations for that. So thank you.
Perfect. Thank you and goodbye.
Have a nice day. Bye.